This is the story of the night of June 9th, 1912, in the quiet town of Villisca, Iowa, when a brutal crime shook the small community. The Moore family, Josiah, Sarah, and their 4 children, Herman, Mary, Arthur, and Paul, along with their 2 young guests, Lena and Anna Stillinger, were violently murdered in their sleep. The weapon used, an axe. The killer left the tool beside the victims, but despite the savage nature of the attack, there were no signs of a struggle. It seemed as though the family had been struck down while they slept, with the killer having planned the attack with cold precision. What made the crime even more chilling was the lack of forensic evidence. The killer meticulously wiped the axe and surfaces clean, possibly to erase any clues. He then covered the victims with bedclothes, leaving behind an eerily calm scene of horror. The bodies, though brutally struck, appeared undisturbed, further deepening the mystery of the murder. By morning, the town was in shock. Mary Peckham, the Moore family's neighbor, raised the alarm after noticing that the family had not appeared at church. She found the house locked and quiet. When she entered, she discovered the horrific crime scene. Her discovery marked the beginning of one of the most perplexing and disturbing investigations in American history. The investigation, launched almost immediately, faced numerous challenges. No one had heard anything unusual that night. No screams, no odd noises, nothing. The town, known for its calm and peaceful nature, was now gripped by fear. Authorities found no clear evidence, and the case soon began to stall. No witnesses came forward, and no one could explain how the killer had so effortlessly slipped in and out of the house without detection. Various suspects were considered, but none could be definitively linked to the crime. One of the first to come under suspicion was a traveling preacher named George Kelly. He had been in town around the time of the murders and was said to have acted strangely. Kelly was eventually questioned by police, but his connection to the crime was never established, and he was cleared of suspicion. As the investigation continued, the town was left wondering if the killer was someone from the town or a stranger passing through. One theory suggested that the killer might have been someone familiar with the family, someone who knew the layout of the house and the family's routine. Others believed it could have been a passing traveler, someone who had slipped into town unnoticed. This theory gained traction due to the lack of a motive for robbery. Nothing in the house appeared to have been taken. The killer had also used the Moore family's own axe, further complicating matters. Despite these theories, the case went cold. No new leads emerged, and the town was left to grapple with a terrifying uncertainty. Was the killer someone who knew the Moore family well? Or was it an opportunistic stranger with a violent past? Theories spread like wildfire, but the investigation remained stalled. In the years following the crime, several individuals were brought under suspicion, each with their own potential motive. One such individual was Frank Jones, a wealthy businessman with whom Josiah Moore had a long-standing rivalry. The two had clashed over a business deal, and some speculated that Jones might have orchestrated the murders out of revenge. However, once again, no physical evidence could tie him to the crime. Another possible suspect was William Mansfield, a man with a violent history who had been linked to similar axe murders in other states. Mansfield was questioned, but never charged, and his connection to the Villisca murders remained speculative. As the years passed, the case became a macabre part of Villisca's history. The Moore house, now a chilling crime scene, was sold to new owners and eventually became a point of dark fascination. Tourists and true crime enthusiasts from across the country visited the site, hoping to uncover something that had been missed in the investigation or simply to pay homage to the victims. Yet despite new interest and periodic reviews of the case, the killer remained elusive. For over a century, the Villisca Axe Murders have remained unsolved. With each passing year, new theories surface, but no answers come to light. Who was the killer? Was it someone close to the Moore family, or a stranger with a twisted purpose? What was the true motive? The case, which seemed at first like a random act of violence, now stands as one of the most enduring and haunting unsolved mysteries in American history. As we reflect on the tragedy, we are reminded that some crimes leave behind more questions than answers, and some mysteries may never be unraveled. The Villisca Axe Murders continue to cast a long shadow over the town, a chilling reminder that even in the most peaceful places, darkness can strike without warning.